So the other day, I was sipping on something, not gin and juice. Actually, it was just a Coca-Cola. And it got me thinking, what about fragrances that have a cola or soda kind of note to them? Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be talking about 5 different fragrances that each have a different kind of soda or cola accord to them. Some of these are a little more obvious, and other ones maybe you didn't think of at first as having kind of a cola accord, but if you smell them, you definitely do. So let's jump into this. Let's kick things off with a fragrance from the house of Paco Rabanne. This is one that I absolutely love, but it seems to be a little bit divisive. Some people don't love it as much as I do. It's Pure XS. Now, when this was first released, it had this kind of Zippo flip top. Nowadays, though, it comes with just a normal cap. I guess some people were annoyed by this kind of top. It does have an annoying squeak to it. And I would assume these were also maybe a little bit more expensive and a little bit more faulty than just a standard cap. This one's got a lot of notes going on. It has myrrh, it has vanilla, it's got this boozy sort of liquor note to it. There's sugar in here as well. And this one actually smells a bit like a vanilla Coke when you first spray it on. So it has this sweet effervescence to it, sparkles, jumps off your skin. I say that a lot when it comes to these cola type notes, but it's true. When you spray them on, it has almost a carbonated effect, the way that you smell it. There's also some spice in here. There's bits of cinnamon, for example, but what this is most well known for is that sweet myrrh, the vanilla, and the booze. And the way it comes across initially, rather than boozy, is actually like Coke, a cola, Coca-Cola. So Pure XS, vanilla Coke sort of vibes. The next one that I'm gonna be showing you guys has sort of a root beer or Dr. Pepper feel to it. And it's this one, Armani Code Profumo. While this one is not a Coca-Cola vibe or a cola vibe at all, it's still a sugary sweet soda. And it seems evenly split between root beer and Dr. Pepper as to what people pick up the most. Now, Dr. Pepper is really popular in the United States, but if you're in a different country, you may not even really know what that is. So it's gonna make more sense, I guess, to North Americans. I'm not sure exactly how widespread Dr. Pepper is. Either way though, I actually get more of the root beer vibe, like I said before. It's got tonka, amber, cardamom, and leather as some of the notes in the fragrance. It's a fantastic scent for fall and wintertime. Great performance, great evening out fragrance, huge compliment puller. It is similar to Code Absolu, which came after this one, though this one, Code Profumo, has more of that sort of soda vibe that we're looking for in this list than Absolu does. And I would say these 2 fragrances, along with the next one that I'm going to show you, are the most obvious ones in this list. And then the last 2 are maybe not quite as obvious. Guys, do me a favor, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you don't miss any future uploads with great lists like this one, which is top notch. And also reviews and first impressions of new fragrances and all that good stuff. If you're already subscribed, thank you. You my dude, or dudette. All right, the next one is from Raja Parfums, and this one is Creation E or Enigma. Either way, it's the same fragrance, and the one I'm showing you today is the Parfum Cologne edition of the fragrance, but if you have the Parfum version of Creation E/Enigma, it works just as well. This one has a lot of really rich, deep notes. It's got tobacco, it has cognac, it's got vanilla, it's got benzoin. Actually, it's got a whole lot of notes, if you want me to be honest with you. It's a whole lot of them. This one is probably the fragrance that comes to people's minds first a lot of times when you hear somebody talk about a cola vibe or a Coke vibe with fragrances. This one has a very pronounced cherry Coke kind of vibe right as soon as you spray it on. So it's very nicely sweet, it's deep, it's rich, it's slightly dark. It does have that effervescence that I talked about before. Quality is through the roof, the wearability also through the roof, assuming we're talking about cooler weather situations. The fragrance is just amazing. Now, in creation E/Enigma, that cherry Coke vibe is really most prominent in the opening. Goes away pretty quickly. Lingers a little bit longer in the Parfum version of the fragrance than the Parfum Cologne, but still yet you can pick it up as soon as you spray it on, and it is very, very obvious. More so even than the last two fragrances I talked about. Now, one fragrance that's not officially in this list that also gives you sort of a cherry Coke vibe is Garland L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. Now, that doesn't smell like this one here, but if you're looking for a more affordable fragrance that's gonna give you that cherry Coke kind of feeling, check that one out. All right, these next two fragrances are both cheap, and both of these fragrances you can find off and on at TJ Maxx or Marshall's or Ross's or any of those type of stores in the US, and you can find them online for cheap as well. First one we're gonna talk about is Versace Blue Jeans. This one has citrus, lavender, vanilla, and a bunch of floral notes in the fragrance. And this one does have a little bit of a throwback kind of feel to it, a little bit of a throwback vibe. It is really nice though for the price. It is a potential compliment pulling fragrance. The bottle is super tacky. The cap, frankly, is trash, and so is the atomizer. But it does have a really nice citrusy cola kind of feeling to it when you first spray this one on. A lot of people will tell you this smells like a lime Coke when you first spray it on, a lime zested cola. And that's pretty accurate. As it does dry down, you do pick up a lot more lavender, and that lavender is actually going to be one of the main things that does give it that slight throwback masculine feel that it has. Along with the copious amount of florals that's mixed in with this too, that also helps give you that throwback vibe. Still yet though, Blue Jeans cost next to nothing. It is a very wearable fragrance, very easy to pull off, and very likable. All right, time for the last fragrance in this list. Like I said, also a cheapie, CK1 Shock from Calvin Klein. This one has an energy drink accord to it that some people will say smells like an energy drink cola, if that makes any sense. And this one is the only one out of this list that actually has that as an official note here. Energy drink was used as a note for this fragrance. Now, if you go to Fragrantica, they don't actually have energy drink listed as a note here, but in the write-up from the house, it says that there is an energy drink accord in here in the top. This one also has tobacco, amber, lavender, and cardamom as some of the notes in the fragrance. It's pretty sweet, a little bit sticky sweet actually, and part of that is gonna be owing to that energy drink accord in the top. Then as it dries down, it's got a really nice warmth to it. It does retain a lot of that sweetness as it dries down, picks up a little bit of spiciness as well. And that one, off my skin, actually is a really good performer. Now I know some people say that it's not, and other people will say, no, it's beast mode, it lasts forever. For me, it's somewhere kind of in between, a little bit above average. But for the price, it's really, really solid. I know that it's a CK1 flanker, and CK1 is not really held in high regard by a lot of people. I know that it looks cheesy, especially with that lime green shock that's supposed to look like spray paint on the front, but it is actually really good, especially when you factor in the price that you can pick it up for. So there we go, 5, technically 6 different fragrances that have a cola vibe to them, a soda sort of sweetness that sparkles and grabs your attention right off the top. And each one, for the most part, does it in its own way. You know, root beer, Dr. Pepper, we've got cherry Coke, we have vanilla Coke, we have lime Coke, and then sort of energy drink cola. So 5 different versions of the same idea. All right guys, that's gonna do it for me. Leave me a comment below and let me know what is a fragrance you really enjoy that has a cola carbonated beverage kind of feel to it. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.